Welcome back to the Real Triathlon Podcast. Myself, Lisa, Jackson are here, and Lisa's in San Francisco. Jackson's at home. Mark is also in San Francisco. How's everyone doing?
Great.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
That's just landed in San Francisco probably 5 hours ago. Did a little spin out on the course. And the course, like Jackson, you did it last year. It's pretty savage. Like it's six loops of just over 8 miles, and it's like these big you're just climbing the whole time. You're climbing or descending, and there's like 2 kilometers of flat on the whole thing. It's wild. But it's beautiful, especially when the sun is out, which probably won't be out on Saturday, but you could see like the Golden Gate Bridge the whole time. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. Yeah, it's my slowest ever race, or slowest ever bike speed was in that race. It was like 37 or 38k an hour or something. It's like, comparing that to my last race in Chattanooga, I was over 46k an hour. So it's just not, it's just brutal. You can't keep your momentum ever. And even on the descents, you can get up to high speeds for a little bit, but then there's technical sections and you got to slow down. So like, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, I looked at times from last year, and like Taylor Knibb rode like 2 hours and 9 minutes on this course. So it's like essentially it's whatever, just under 50 miles, but you're still spending just about as much time as you would in like a normal 70.3, like on course.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say like about the same as like maybe for a pretty fast 70.3 course. So
Yeah.
pretty
Just because
crazy.
the bike's slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bike's just crazy slow.
Mark said that they might not mandate booties, which is great. And also, like, why is that a thing?
I don't
You
know.
know, because for a 12-minute swim, you might get hypothermia if you don't have your toes covered.
Well, I was just thinking there's such a long run after you get out of the swim. It'd probably be nice to have some booties on.
Actually, yeah, it was, because you have foot protection. You can actually kind of run. But I would say, for me, I should have practiced like running barefoot more, because I didn't run fast enough and I didn't make the group. That sucked.
So San Francisco as a whole, putting on the race, does it feel like you're at a place where there is a race yet? Or is it like business as usual and no one even has an idea that you're all competitors, or like the hotel staff are like, what do you guys do?
I don't think the hotel staff has any idea. There's like a bike mechanic room set up downstairs, but like I went down in the lobby after my ride and there was this massive line of people like waiting to check in. I don't think anyone was like a triathlete or had anything to do with the race. So I think most of the athletes are here that are competing on Saturday, but yeah, no, it does not. It just feels like there's a whole bunch of tourists walking around. Yeah.
Is it men and women on one day though for this event?
Yes, they're 45 minutes apart. Men start at 6 a.m., women start at 6:45. So it's pretty like tight. But I think did last
Oh yeah,
year.
it was like that last year too, and we were like, "Oh, is this gonna be weird with like bike course stuff?" And I think there was some times where it was a bit weird, because there was just like you got to pass. There's groups passing groups, and so it was kind of. I think it worked out last year more or less, where like it happened on uphills most of the time.
Yeah.
But it can kind of get messy, so you gotta be a little bit careful there.
Jack, put your mic more in front of your mouth so we don't have any people complaining about, our listeners complaining about your volume.
Well, last time they were complaining it was too loud. Now is it not loud enough?
And I think that's a little much. I think it's a little bit better than what we had.
Well, dial it back here.
Yeah.
Lisa doesn't even have a mic. Well, she's in San Fran, so we'll let her
I
go.
didn't travel with my mic.
Well,
enough.
those little Apple wired headphone mics, they're great. I talk to people on the phone during rides, and it's full wind, descending at 30 miles an hour. They can still hear me. Something within that tech is good. Just a plug for them. But anyways,
I don't think
San
Apple has
Francisco-
enough money, so we better keep pushing them hard.
well, if it was Mark, he'd be trying to get a sponsorship or something for free. It's so funny. Mark stayed here for a couple of weeks after St. George, and like everything he wants, he's like, I got to find out who the marketing person is. Or like, he says, we won't do it unless it's free, unless he can get a deal. Like, Mark, you're already like an 80-year-old guy here.
Cutting coupons.
No,
I'm
he
waiting for
doesn't
him to
cut
come to
coupons.
Canada to hang out with his girlfriend, and then we could train together a bit. It'd be fun.
Oh, man. I'm trying to get him to do these things and make compromises, and I think he will. He's just, he's a hard bargain to. He likes to go to Boulder, and he's got to be in Boulder, and if he's not in Boulder, he can't have that cred. He's got to have the cred.
Yeah, you got to get some of that Canadian cred.
So when Mark comes back from San Francisco, are you kicking him out?
No, not at all. So here's what the plan is now. Like, I mean, he can stay here longer. It doesn't matter to me. But I'd say his goal is to hopefully have someone fall off the Vancouver start list, so he gets a call up, and then he can go straight from San Fran to Vancouver. I actually know a couple people in Vancouver I could probably ask if he could stay with for the time between the hotel picks him up. So that's what he's hoping for. If not, he'll fly straight back to St. George and then drive to Boulder. And then I told him he better get his ass out to go see his girlfriend.
So he's the first on the wait list for Vancouver. Is that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dang.
Are you, Jackson, after you do Eagle Man, are you flying right from Eagle Man to Vancouver, or are you going home first?
I'm going home first. It was a bit of a tough choice because, like, thing that seems to make the most sense would be to go to Vancouver first. But there's not really a good airport. Like, the flight situation is not that great anyway. Like, it's cheaper and, like, way better to fly out of Toronto anyway. So I'm going to get back on Monday, have a day to chill and kind of recollect myself, and then fly on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I just find staying at these PTOs, like, for the minimum amount is probably better because, like, you just freaking psych yourself out. You're just there. Everyone's like, oh, look, like, it's just, you got to be in a certain mindset to be around only athletes who are way, like, fast as F. And it takes, like, a bit of a mental toll, I find, to just, not that there's anything wrong with them. They're all great people. But, like, you just have to, like, really focus on yourself and kind of get in the zone. And it's hard to stay in that zone for, like, a week straight, you know?
Well, then, and everyone's judging you like, ooh, he's not getting enough carbs. Or I saw him have a little bit of a limp when he came down the stairs. I think he's fucked.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think people really. The other thing is, though, like, I'm kind of looking forward to Vancouver for sure because, like, I also like being a total underdog at times because I have had some really good races with that mindset of just, like, you aren't expected to win or podium or anything. Just anything you get out of this race that's positive is, like, unexpected. So then when you set yourself, it's kind of like, it kind of sounds bad because it sounds like, oh, you don't believe in yourself or whatever. But when you manifest it in the race, it's like any bit of positive energy you get in the race just sort of adds up. It's like, oh, this is going well. This is, like, I could do, like, it just keeps, like, piling up, and any little thing, like, oh, like, somebody passed you or whatever, is like, okay, well, this is how it's expected to be. So it doesn't knock you down. Whereas when you're, like, ranked number 1 or 2 in a race and you start getting passed by a bunch of people on the run, you're like, well, this freaking sucks. I'm just doing worse and worse than I thought I should. And, you know, that can be a bit of a different element.
Well, I've seen it go both ways with you, Jackson. I've seen many races, I'd say the majority of races we go to, and there's, like, maybe if it's a Tuesday or a Wednesday arrival, and then we're racing on a Saturday, you've got, like, 4 or 5 different things that are usually kind of effed that you're more worried about than performance on race day. Like, we're fixing some bike stuff, or we're bending a rotor, or you get your neck's broken, and then you get 6 chiropractors later and a massage therapist. Like, when you have all this other stuff to kind of, like, keep you busy, you've always competed well on those days. But the days where you're, like, seeded 1 and things are going pretty smooth, like, I think that does put a lot more pressure, and you have to kind of, like, sit in that pressure. There's not a lot of distractions. But I've also seen you do really well at those races. But if you haven't done well, it is usually, obviously you've had an injury, so this is completely different from St. George's perspective. But you've had pressure with no distractions. The odds are you don't feel as good about it on race day.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I've got to figure that out a bit with, like, my own mental game, but then I've also had some mechanisms to deal with it.
Unless I'm there. If I'm there, you're good. If I'm not there, you haven't had a good one.
Michigan, both years that I won, like, I just went 2 days before the race. I just went okay, go to pro meeting, go to the race site once. That's it. There you go. Do the race. And I had a great day, especially in the first year when I beat Lionel and was it Trevor who was
Ravioli?
third? Yeah. That was an awesome day. And then last year, same thing. I just showed up, did my thing. And I think some of it is the time thing. Like sometimes I think going early is like not necessary, and you're just adding more time for something to go wrong or for you to get off your game or whatever. I don't know. But I've seen it go both ways. Like some people show up early and they freaking crush it. They live there for like 2 weeks before for some reason, and then that works for them too. Like what's his name? And Mickey Tagle did that every year at St. George. He would show up
2 weeks
early,
out,
do his last training, and just freaking crush the race.
Yeah, it's been maybe once or twice I've shown up a couple weeks to Europe early and done really well. I'm going to try that with Roth. I'll be there at least 12 days out, so that should be okay.
I think for like travel like that to Europe and stuff, it's for at least for us in North America, it's almost kind of like required unless you can just like trick your body really quickly. But when I go to Europe, I just feel completely ruined and wrecked for like solid
Time
48
zone.
hours.
Yeah,
So.
the time zones just crank me.
What's
When I
the
go
planes?
east, coming west, I'm like, fine. Coming west, I'm like, whatever. 2 days, 1 day, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think triathletes or endurance athletes competing at a high level, like Formula One drivers and all those, they travel in first class and everything's great. And the times that I have had the ability to travel at a higher, class in an airplane, my experience dealing with the jet lag and all that stuff has been way less, because I think the food you eat, the type of sitting environment you have, like I think triathletes need a way to have training to sit and do nothing on a plane and have your body still respond, because that I think messes us up for 5 to 6 days after we have like 2 8-hour flights or something.
Yeah.
But going back, like for me, I really like getting to races with 2 full days before the race, and I think I do that most of the time that I travel, just because your travel day you kind of feel like crappy, and then the next 2 days you have like time to like work out the extra kinks. And I really thrive in race atmospheres. Like I love seeing other athletes. I'll be interesting to see how this like whole T100 vibe is, because I don't know as many athletes here, and I'm not as close with as many athletes that are here, so it'll be interesting to see how I like that or not, or don't like that. But I usually like really enjoy like the race vibes. And
this course should be good for you.
Yeah, as long as the swim is exactly what it was last year, everyone comes out of the water together.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's kind of like, well, I don't want to get lost. You don't want to get lost. Let's just kind of hang out together.
Yeah, sharks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So.
They got rid of them.
But guys, I'm going to try my first ever back-to-back racing with 8 days in between. Since I haven't done that since 2021.
Wait, what's the next one?
Eagle Man.
Oh, I thought you were pulling off that with this T100 start.
Yeah, I was trying to, but then I couldn't get anyone to cover my room, and it's an expensive room.
Jackson's dad's booking the pricey stuff.
Well, I fought to save us money. You should have seen the other one that people wanted. This one was what, about 1,000 each?
Yeah.
Ooh, dirty.
And the other one was going to be like 1,500 each.
It was so expensive.
Everyone's complained about this race.
Everything out there is so expensive, and it's just, it's not easy to travel to either.
What town is it?
Cambridge, Maryland.
Cambridge sounds expensive, just in general.
Yeah, but I don't think it's that nice of an area, is it? I haven't been, but I don't think it's like...
Gotta be.
I think it's just more remote, that it's just, there's not as much...
It's like a Lake Placid situation.
Yeah.
Cody said it was one of the most expensive in like the whole world for any race he's ever been to. Eagle Man at Calms.
Who said this? Garrett?
Cody Beals.
Cody the Budget Beals.
Who, by the way, is on a journey with our very own Garrick Lowen right now.
He's going to Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both going to Brazil together.
Wow. You know
BFFs.
who else was supposed to go? Robbie Deckard, and he doesn't have a visa. So he's still here.
Oh, wait, he just never got a visa?
Yeah, he's been waiting for it to get approved, and I ask him every single day. And I just asked him 6 minutes ago. I said, "Status?" ? And he sent him a picture. He sent me a picture of him riding in St. George. Poor guy didn't leave yet.
Wait, I wonder,
I didn't know
do
you
you
need
maybe need a
visa.
visa from America but not Canada?
It might be because he didn't realize until it was, but kind of probably later in the game. But yeah, you do
Usually
have to
they're
have one.
all the same with that. I'm gonna look it up with.
I
Well,
didn't.
because Andy Kruger got his, and he's on our squad, and he got it like one day approved, and Robbie was probably like, "Oh yeah, it'll be fast." Dude, awful.
Wild. So is Cody Beals is he the favorite in Brazil then at Ironman Brazil? I haven't looked at the start list.
The Brazilians are the favorite in Brazil.
This is true.
There's some South American guys that are pretty solid. Who it's hard to say. I mean, Cody would probably have the best overall, like historic results. I don't know. He could
Tacone,
win. He could for sure win. I could see it.
Yeah.
But I mean, last year he put together a really solid race in Chattanooga. If he does that performance, he'll probably win.
Okay.
And he's in good shape. Like I see him all the time. Like he comes into good shape pretty quick. So
and he's always like within a couple percent of like the top 10 out of the swim. He's always been a really good clutch group picker.
yeah, I think he will get in the lead group in this race because I just don't think there's any like really, really fast swimmers. And Cody swims super well, especially in a full. So I think he'll be there, and I think the bike's gonna stay together. And then there's of
Because of
course there's gonna be
drafting.
the moto situation in South America is always pretty crazy, and like partly for good reason in that like there's always some random vehicles on the course that just don't know there's a race happening, and like the freaking cops are going and blaring their horn at them and stuff. So they'll make. I mean, Garrick might get in that lead group too.
Garrick swim and bike, if he can do it, he will be there.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. Anyway, we'll see. Probably, I don't know.
I think
Who knows what's gonna happen? It's South America. Something crazy always happens.
Yeah, we're so spoiled with like the Ironman Pro Series stuff. So every time there's not an Ironman Pro Series race, but I'm like very invested in the race and you can't watch it or any parts of it, it's like frustrating.
I know.
You'd kind of think they'd have like an Instagram account updating something live or something.
There could be for South America. There could be a race Instagram for this one.
Yeah.
Probably. Never, of all the places to race, Brazil's not one that I would have ever just chosen. Texas also isn't one of those for some reason, but just there's a couple areas I have no desire to really want to go race there.
I don't know.
Why.
I mean, I think South America is always just so unknown for us, right? Like, you got to know where's safe, where's not, like how to get your rides in and stuff. So usually the race directors know and they kind of direct you. But I'm pretty sure this area of Brazil is apparently quite safe. So
is it Florianopolis? Or is it
I think so. No, I think it is.
I think that's like a beachy vacation-y town, but I don't know for sure.
I'm sure it's great. Nothing against Brazil. I just, after all the South American races I've done, I don't know.
Remember Buenos Aires? You just were not stoked on that. I mean, other than swimming in that sewage pond, it was, and having like 3 laps on the bike or something.
The most unsafe bike course ever at Buenos Aires. You know how a normal highway has 2 lanes that are designated as one side is one way, one side is the other way.
Yeah.
So at this particular race, there was like 4 lanes and a median and then 4 more lanes. And every single one of those individual lanes had 2-way traffic on it. So 4-way on one side, it was insane. And there was roundabouts. People were getting lost. Like it was the most.
Yeah, it was crazy.
We rode up on our hoods, on our bars for the last 15K of that, just weaving through traffic, all pretty much like within 10 to 20 meters, depending on the bullshit we had to go through. It was insane.
Did we bike together that race? I forget.
Yeah, I ended up catching you guys. And then I ran real far back.
Hey, did either of you guys do that Great Floridian Triathlon in 2020?
Yeah.
Okay. No. Okay, but that was like the same vibes. I remember like biking and I'm like, holy shit, like there's a whole bunch of cars like stopped at a red light and you have to like swerve around them. And I was like, you die.
The amount of times a police officer didn't realize the front of the field was coming and has waved a 16-wheeler through and at 60 miles an hour on a highway in Florida, to me, has probably been like 10 or 15 times. Like the cops don't even know what's happening there.
The other sketchy one was that Gulf Coast in 2022.
Where Lauren
was
got
it?
hit.
Lauren got hit by a car. It's just like the main like beach road that you
Highway
bike on
98.
has like
Yeah.
it has like 30 intersections and cars coming in and off, and then you're on like a highway after that. I think that's what you're talking about. You're on like a legit highway that's open, and you've got like a shoulder.
Cars. And there's no cones. There's nothing to tell these people what is happening. There's just cars whizzing by you at 55 mile an hour speed limit. Trucks with trailers, everything. Diesels.
Yeah, it was crazy. That was a fast course though. That was until Chattanooga. I just did. That was I think my fastest ever, because it's like warm, humid, flat. Just that's all you get. It's just speed. But yeah, well, we've all survived so far.
Yeah, there's some shitty bike courses out there.
Yeah.
What's the best bike? What's the best course you've ever raced?
Freaking St.
honestly-
George, man.
It has everything. I mean, St. George is the only course I've done that has cold swim, hard bike, hard run, and they're all hilly or cold. Not like one is great. They're all pretty bad.
I
Yeah.
really like 70.3 Santa Cruz.
Ooh, the trail run too?
Yeah, it's kind of like that cool trail run. Even though you like finish, at least the year I did it, like they make you run 50 meters like on the sand, and you're like so off
Oh, I
balance.
think
But
they
the
got rid of that.
bike is beautiful. Like you're along the coast the whole time, and it's like the run is beautiful. You swim around the pier. The pier is beautiful. Like it's
Lisa,
That race is back. I've
sharks.
never done it.
I know.
The most sharky place like there is, by the way. One of them.
way.
Tons of sharks out there.
Oh, but it's like surfers' destination.
Okay, check out the news. Just Google
Jackson,
it.
you have never done it?
I never did it. Like I wanted to, and then they canceled
year.
it in like 2019, and I'm doing it this year.
Okay. Yeah,
What
yeah.
day is that? September?
September like 7th.
September
or
7th,
8th.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay, if I know there's a lot of, Lisa, you're included, weddings this year that I have to go to, which is random. I never go to weddings, so I hope it's not there.
Yeah.
But Santa Cruz would be good. It's a great course. The water's super cold and it's super briny because it's got all that kelp and stuff in it. It's briny.
Yelp.
It
you
tastes
So the
like
bike course
athletic
is actually
brewing.
pretty hilly.
Yeah, bike course is pretty hilly. But also you'll get one of the directions. You're going to get a nasty wind.
Yeah.
Head.
It was
tail.
one of those back-breaking headwind situations.
It's so pretty out there. But yeah, I don't know. I also loved Victoria 70.3 when that was a pro race in Canada.
It just happened. It just happened this last weekend.
And there was no swim.
And I heard it was like brown, dirty water. You remember how clean that lake normally is?
Yeah,
It
it's
was like
a
beyond
beautiful
gross.
Indian lake.
Yeah, and it smelled shitty. Like I don't know what happened. It's like got poisoned.
And what happened to Canada? I thought it was like the beautiful country.
I don't know, probably aliens or something.
They got to ruin it before we buy it. They're like, we're gonna break the hell out of this country before the Americans get their hands on it.
Oh god.
Running into the
Yeah, I
ground.
never did Victoria either, because it was always like the same weekend as Chattanooga or something, and so I chose Chattanooga, but then Victoria got canceled. There's no pro races in Canada anymore. It's such a joke.
There's Vancouver. So yeah.
Yeah, so
200.
like 4 Canadians in all of Canada get a chance to race.
Well, age group race too, right? At San Francisco.
Well, yeah, I
and
mean,
at
pro
Team-
races. The age group, we still got good options. We still got the Mont Tremblans there, the Muskoka. I think there's a Calgary 70.3, Victoria.
Hey, those pros just need to get faster. Well, that's just the way she goes.
The pros need to get. Oh,
If they want to be able to
200,
race
yeah.
200, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know.
All right. Give me your odds out of
Odds.
the next 2 years. No, I guess
God.
maybe 5 years. Will T100 be around? Give me the percentage of odds.
15%.
Oh, harsh.
I'm
Okay.
gonna say 50%.
I'm going to say 65 because I think it's getting to the point to where it's like going to be wet, like too much momentum, everyone else who's already funded it. They're going to be calling their buddies up like, bud, you got to buy this thing because we already sunk 280 mil into her and we got to keep her going. We got to write this off eventually.
280 mil.
I mean, I don't know how much.
I really want them to bring back the PTO Open days. I think the the racing was more exciting. I think having more than 20 people on a start line is more exciting. I think you got to get rid of the contracts and you just put fucking massive prize purses on these races. You do that, you're going to get big names showing up. But I don't know. I mean, we've seen this. We saw it last year. We're already seeing it this year. The whole contract thing, people are finding ways to skirt around it and avoid it.
How? Who?
I mean, you look at the start list and you probably 50% of those people, you know?
What are the stipulations of the newer ones? Do they have to be mandated to be a certain amount of races? Can they race on the same weekend as other events?
I think they loosened up the requirements this year, if anything.
Okay.
Yeah, but people are still like, it was required to race the first race of the series, Singapore, and so many people didn't. But I don't know. I think the contract thing is like, I think you got to get rid of it. I think you got to get rid of it.
Are pro athletes shooting ourselves in the foot though? Like, are these people with contracts just being greedy and like, I'm going to race this, this, and this. And by the way, I don't love T100, but I'm going to take the contract. Like, are they professionally shooting all of us in the foot by taking contracts they don't want, not following by the contracts? Like, what if you had 40 people who fucking loved it and that's all they did? And it was like, they were ate up and they proved that T100 is a good family. Like, wouldn't that change the narrative if pro athletes actually bought the hell into it and owned it?
I think that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But it's not, because everyone cares more about Kona or 73 Worlds or the Ironman Pro Series. And so, you got
a lot of people.
So are we fucking it? The people who are not abiding and promoting, like, we're all opportunistic. I get it. But where's the loyalty? And if you're not going to be loyal, then why should you be able to complain if things don't go the way you thought? You know what I mean? Or you don't get paid on time or a contract or whatever.
Well, that's why I think you got to get rid of the freaking contract.
I've been with Lisa on this one the whole way. Like, the contract thing sucks. Like, the way, just show up and freaking perform. Like, that's it. And that was always the most exciting ones. Like, the one where Colin Chartier won US Open and obviously doping stuff and whatever. But that race was so exciting. And, like, no one expected him to win, and there was lead changes, and like all those races were like that. And they are exciting at the front still. It's just like, it's a couple people that are really in contention, and I don't know. I just don't like the contract. The problem with the contract thing is if you're guaranteeing people money, then they're more likely to be like, okay, I'll take that as my base salary for my triathlon career and just go to the races and just do them as best I can, but not really focus my training around them. And then I'm going to go do the Ironman series and win money there. And then you double dip. Like, it's just
That's
weird.
where sponsors need to step up, because you look at any other major sport, you see major sponsors taking exceptional care. Or like, if our team could do it, I would do it. Like, cover all of your travel expenses to every race to where you show up and hasn't cost you anything. By the way, you've got a base salary. And then, by the way, you can get bonuses. And by the way, we give you... Oh, wait, I already am doing that. Just kidding. Forgot. We just need more money. But in theory, that could help the sport grow. Because
that's not good enough for some people, Nick.
I know it's not. I didn't realize like I was actually doing all that already until halfway through that rant. So that was an authentic realization.
I do.
That's epic.
I don't know. It's an interesting time in triathlon for sure. I just wish, like, don't get me wrong, showing up to T100 San Francisco, I get $2,000. Like, bada bing, bada boom. Like, I get that even if I don't finish. I think we can say that. Everyone has said that.
I think I knew that.
You get 2K as a wild card. If I finish 20th on whatever Saturday, I get $500. So as long as I finish, the minimum I can walk away from this race is $2,500. 5 nights accommodation in a hotel. Free bike mechanics work here.
That's like what everyone should get. That's like everybody should have that exact same thing. Travel.
Wait, what's the prize money now? Is it like 500 all the way from like 11th to 20th, or is there like a little bit more?
No, it's like it steps up. I think if you finish 10th, I looked at this. I think if you finish 10th, you get like 4,500 or 5,000, and if you win, you get 25K.
Yeah, but what about 11th through 15th? Is that still $500?
No. It's like
I'm looking up.
Oh,
I'm
it's
looking it
still.
up.
$500 each or something. So like 20th place is 500, 19th place is like 750.
Oh, good. They finally made it so there's a point to actually racing in the minor positions,
Yeah.
Yes.
which is I hated that. It's like it's so degrading to be like it doesn't matter whether you're 11th or 20th, you get the same. Like that's
Yeah.
stupid. It's like no, 11th is probably like 10 minutes ahead of 20th and had a way better performance and that should be rewarded. Like you should still. And then when the races are done and they've interviewed everyone in the top whatever, they can still pay attention to the finish line. Like, are people freaking sprinting for 11th, 12th, 13th, whatever? Like, that's still a race.
Right.
That's why they have those GPS devices and they don't use them to track any of that stuff, but we got to wear them.
So I don't know. I mean, I think the T100 has done so many, or PTO has done a lot of positives for the sport, especially because they help ignite the Ironman Pro Series. But I like, and I don't have all the answers, obviously. I just feel like they could do it way differently.
Do you want to hear the tri-rating ranking stuff?
All I know is they picked me to finish, I think, second to last on Saturday.
No. 17th out of 21st.
17th, third to last.
So you got to do better than that. So do you know Katie Kavoija? She came to our big shots. She's super nice. Make sure you hang out with her.
Awesome.
She's nice. Victoria's there.
Grace Tech. I really like Grace.
Grace, yeah. There's a couple nice ladies there. Hannah DeVette, she's super nice. Hayden Wild's girlfriend.
Yeah.
She's nice. Okay, so there's that. The female race participation is Taylor Nibb ranked or 60% odds of winning. Kate Woff, Julie Darren third, and Ash Gentle fourth. For the men. Ooh, they're seeing wait, where's the men? There we go. Van Riel skis, Kyle Smith, and Rico Bogan. Oh wait, no, that's male results. Was that last year?
I think that's when they did like their sprint finish.
Okay, so this is still Van Riel, Helligines, Yuri Kulin, Kyle Smith, Panagiotis Bitados, the Brazilian. Yeah. Mika Newt. And he's 28-1. Like, we should be able to bet on this stuff.
You can. I think you can go to Vegas and bet.
Yeah, you got to be in person, I think. Well, in Utah, you can't get in Utah because they don't even get to those websites.
I'm trying to find the individual. Trying to find the individual prize money. It's so hard because this is all media releases. They're like, here's what it is for first through seventh, and then there's more after that, but we're not gonna say what it is.
It doesn't say it here. 20 deep is all it says. It's got to be in your contract or something. Maybe it's on 2020.
Yeah, it's probably in the email they sent you for.
Yeah, I have it somewhere.
Oh wait, I just figured it out. Oh wait, this is overall series for the rankings.
Here. I got you. What do you want to know?
What's the breakdown from like 10th through 20th?
10th place, you get 4,500. 11th, you get 4,000. 12th, 3,500. 13th, 3,000. 14th, 2,500. 15th, 2,000. And then it goes down by $250. 16th,
Okay.
1,500.
Those are pretty good, man.
Yeah.
So 2,000 for showing up plus that.
Yeah.
I like that. Like that's good. That's
if you finish a T100 race, you're probably not going to finish 20th because
there's going to be people who don't finish. It's not even going to be 20 on the start line, let's be honest. For the women's race, it'll probably be like 15, 16 tops.
So that's my thing is like if you just finish.
This is a good race for you though. The swim is short, the bike is hard.
Yeah,
and you're going to shell people. And then you're good, and it's 18K. So, like, how many people usually pass you in the last 3K of a 70.3?
Right, 2 less miles for me to like blow up.
I mean, those girls like Kate, super fast. Taylor Spivey's not racing. I mean, the girls who typically
Spivey's still racing.
She's sick butt racing. So she's probably just doing what's right and honoring the contract.
Yeah.
But honestly, Lisa, there's going to be girls like that are. It's going to be better for you because there's going to be girls that are strong bikers that are good riders up hills, technical and stuff that I bet you're going to ride with. And that's going to be like maybe Kate, if you can get up to her on this after the swim, girls like that. And then you can just put so much time into people and then just hang on for a solid run.
Lisa, you are legendary already.
No, guys, I have zero expectations for this race, like zero. I feel like I have not trained since the week before Oceanside. I've been doing this like race recovery taper, race recovery.
Oh, you should tell us about that time trial.
Oh, yeah.
TT Nationals, you're fifth, right?
Yeah, we never heard about it. We did celebrate it though.
No, yeah. That was, it was a week ago today. TT Pro Nationals in Charleston, West Virginia. It was such a different experience because the UCI bike fits are wild. Like,
we saw you had to saw off some of your items.
The night before the TT, that you can like measure your bike, and they're like, "Oh, your arm pads are too long." I'm like, "What?" So they literally took it to the mechanic, and they just like freaking shaved off 2.5 centimeters of arm cup. And so I like my like little arm pads are like 6 inches long, and you're hanging on by like dear life at the end. But granted, I only practiced the position like for like 4 days, and I felt like a flag. So many people are so dialed with their like head position and like are like slammed so aero, and I'm like felt like I was like sitting straight up. But
you look pretty aero, I thought.
I think it looked like a good 70.3 position, but
we all tuck for the camera. Anytime we see a camera, I know we all just tuck in there.
But it was wild because it was so humid that day. It was like 90% humidity. It felt like it was about to rain the whole time. And it was 33.3 kilometers, so it was just around like 20 miles or just over 20 miles. And I was so thirsty. Like, I didn't bring any water because that's like something you don't do. I was so thirsty and I was so hot the whole time. But I also didn't pace it super well, but it was a really cool and fun experience because it's literally you versus the clock, and that's it. So
and you don't really watch the clock, you just watch watts.
And I wasn't even really paying attention because I did the most triathlete thing ever, and I still just used my watch as my bike computer.
Gosh, did you tape anything or rubber band anything like Jackson?
No, I didn't have anything like that. No, nothing taped, just sawed off arm pads. But yeah, it was a cool experience, and it's something I am excited to maybe put a little bit more focus in next year and actually do like a little build for it potentially. So.
Well, you got fifth. How many girls raced?
I think there were like 20-ish or something like that.
Yeah, and you had to practically beg them to let you in, and you beat most of the people.
I know.
Were they like, did they send you an email? They're like, all right, sorry.
No, but I was excited. Well, I was really hoping Taylor Knibb would show up because she won it last year, and that's what got her to go to the Olympics. But Kristen Faulkner, who won the gold medal for USA in the road race last year, and who finished second to Taylor Knibb at the time trial. She finished second at the time trial this year. So it was just like fun to be able to like compare myself to her and see how.
What was your time difference?
It was just under 2 minutes.
That's pretty awesome.
Still a good chunk of time. But
yeah, but that's not crazy.
And she's probably like only dialed in for that race, for that event.
Yeah, well, she won the road race a couple days, like a week later or something.
Well, I mean, like her whole position and everything is probably only for 40K good.
She has a follow car with a, team
spare bike.
Her spare bike, but radio that they can talk to her and stuff. Super dialed.
What? That should not be allowed. Like that shouldn't be allowed in just a national.
Why do you need a radio for a time trial?
I don't know, but I wish I had one because they could just play music the whole time.
Just have Nick there every couple minutes. He's just doing intervals at the pool, getting to the end of the pool. Hurry the fuck up, Lisa, let's go.
He's going to call you every 10 minutes. Wait, you're not breathing hard anymore.
Keep your fucking head down. But yeah, it was a really cool experience. Excited to I don't know.
Bike racing is tough. Good job.
It is. But okay, Nick, you want to tell us about your Belgium waffle?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So back in 2020, I did it, and it was 120 something miles, and I was like, well, at least it won't be that bad because this one was 117, a little bit different finale. And I haven't done a lot of adventures in a while, or done different sports or ultras or something fun. So I kind of like melted on it and just had to put it together in my head all week long. Just, should I do it? Do I? And I signed up within 23 minutes of registration closing the night before. Just didn't even think about it. Was like, I guess I'll register. And I was like, oh shit, good thing I tried. And then our friend, Robbie Decker, we was up there training for Ironman Brazil, which maybe he didn't need to do all that after all, but but Amy, his girlfriend, was racing, and she took, I think, third at San Diego Belgian Waffle. She's doing all the series. And so I was like, well, I'll help you navigate through the first neutral zone. And if there's any breaks or something happens, I'll bring you back up to where you were. So then after the first, I don't know, hour, I just kind of broke away and rode, and then just tried to kill the 4 guys who were on my wheel. Like, I was just like in such a furious, like, I'm feeling so amazing. And they would come up to me like, you're taking real long pulls, man. Like, they're just only cyclists. And they're like, you sure about this? I'm built for this, you boys. Got my RTS jersey on. They're probably like, this fucking crazy triathlete out here he's gonna blow up. Which in the after mile 80, I was in my legs were spinning, but I don't know how. But like, they were just about to cramp. Like, I could feel my hamstrings. I did. It was just me and 2 guys at the end, and then I dropped that group, and then this other dude who literally sat on my wheel when I went by him for 45 minutes. And every time I went around, he just sat there. And so I was like, all right, I guess I'll be on the front again. And then we climb a hill, and he just takes off up the hill. I was like, you asshole. Could have helped me. But I think I finished 14th. And I think I was only 8 minutes off 10th. I probably could have done for sure top 10.
Yeah.
And the guys up front, like, every video I saw of them in the recaps, they were just like cruising and laughing and chilling, and like, I'm sure guys were working, but they were working together, and that was probably the exact thing. None of us, like the last 2 guys I was with, we were taking turns because we were all like a corpse pedaling, and I'd get on the front, and like Robbie Decker did bottle hand ups for me, which was so nice, so I didn't have to carry a Camelback. And the last time we did it, like, one of the guys in our group, as we were going by Robbie told me, he was like, fuck this, fuck. Like, he was just like literally cursing up a storm, so pissed. Like, I haven't been that ruined in a long time. I came home and laid on the floor for about 6 hours. I had to have Amy do everything for me. The next day, could barely breathe. I got dirt up my nose and my ears. My lungs aren't working right anymore. I swear that was 6 hours hard that I've ever had to go in a while. Harder than I felt like even during Ironman in the last marathon. Like, one thing for 6 hours, that sucks.
Do you guys remember, like, where you get into like in a race and you're just like, fuck this, I'm so over it?
Yes.
I had that during Leadville last year. I was like 2 hours left, and I was like, fuck this. I like stopped my feet, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to run. And you just get like mad, and you're like, oh, but I have to, but I don't want to.
The last bit of that Belgian waffle course. Well, Jackson, you got to come out and do some crazy, weird shit I do sometimes. You'll have those moments. You'll be like,
well, Kona was that for real certain, for God's sake, after like 3K on the run, and I'm like starting to blow up already. I'm like, oh God. It was like running in a freaking sauna.
Oh, yeah.
I was still kind of in the race, so I'm like, okay, I should still probably try. And then just like, you see freaking Patrick Lang come the other way, and it looks like he's just cruising like nobody's even ever given him a trouble in his whole life.
He's bouncing off that pogo stick.
And then you're just out there having a day with Jason Pohl for like 2 hours in the last half.
And meanwhile, I'm like on the bike, just kind of leapfrogging. I'm like, see him walk. I'm like, how's the walk?
Felt like forever.
I keep feeling like, no, that's 2 other guys walking. That's not them.
I didn't walk except the aid stations. I only walked the aid stations.
Yeah, you're right. I guess it just was such a shuffle. I just haven't seen you ever move that slow.
Oh man, it didn't even feel that slow. It was all I could do.
But I
should
level of
look at
suffer.
video footage of that again, because that was like Oh my God, that was just
Come on, bud, let's
horrific.
go. You're just like, just barely moving.
Does it make you excited to try Kona again?
No, not particularly, to be honest. Like, here's the thing. I've got so many things I've got to tick off before I can get to Kona and be like, I'm ready to focus and actually like have confidence that I can do well here in Kona. First one's just getting my freaking run back for 70.3. There's number one. Then getting a couple of good results under my belt for the year. Then I can think about doing a full this year maybe. But for 70.3 Worlds is my first priority because it might be like the last time I have a chance at 70.3 Worlds that's not like a stupid course I'm not going to or
Oh, yeah, Nice
whatever.
for the next 3 years, right?
Oh, great.
2 of the 3 years.
Two of the three.
We
One
don't
year.
know what the other one is yet, though, do we?
No.
Yeah, so who
St.
knows?
George.
So I got to do that, and then I got, you know what I mean? And then I got to do a good Ironman. I haven't really done a good Ironman yet. Like I would say Placid and Chattanooga were both like decent, but not great. And I need to figure out my Ironman run because if I'm not running like 2:45 or better in an Ironman, there's no real point to go to Kona. Like you're just gonna get shelled because you're gonna run like 4 hours there.
Well, yeah, but even the
So
guys who do run sub 250 often still have high probability of doing terrible. David McNamee, like a lot of those guys show up there and they're really good runners. And it's just such a brutal environment that no matter what,
yeah,
however good you are, like I bet you could have a breakthrough day there no matter what. It's always almost there.
got to figure out the heat is the thing. So
Just
do some
don't
more
think about it.
scientific
It's
heat
just
training.
don't even worry about it. Don't think about it. Don't
That's what
pay
Patrick
attention
does. He
to
doesn't
it.
even heat train.
I don't know, Jackson. I think you should just stay 70.3 mil distance guy for the rest of your career. Forgo the long Ironman stuff. It's too long. Too.
That's what that's what short course athletes tell themselves too. And you're like, only Olympics forever? Come on.
I feel like
Honestly, I
more
might.
short.
We'll see. Like, I'm really seriously on a mission to not let 21 through 23 be my best years and then everything downhill from there. Like, no, I'm getting fucking better at running and I'm going to run 110s again. And I'm going to do that off of biking like I do now. And that's better than anything I've done in the past. It just is going to happen. I'm just actually laser focused on it now. And I'm
I'm
not just
fired up.
going and doing my training. I'm actually engaging in the proper practices in the run to make myself a better runner, not just train hard. Like there's practice and then there's perfect practice
Yeah.
to get better.
Perfect. Practice
So
makes
Never
perfect.
going to get
70.3
perfect.
worlds is the main focus for this year. That's the big goal.
Yes, but I'm not really thinking about it yet because I've got interim
So many. Yeah.
priorities. And if I don't get my run to come around, which I will, but if I were to like not really run very well in any of the races before that, I might not even go because I need to focus on that first. But I know I will. I know I'm going to already run a lot better next weekend and then make more progress after that. I think by Boise is when I'll really see like the actual new habits having time to come in and like make a difference.
Yeah. What specific stuff are you doing? Or like what specific things? What's the mental shift or the mental focus
He's
shift?
The
running
main one,
downhill. He's running down 13% hills full speed.
the main thing is a lot more like pickups and like just training my body to go faster. So like, you know how there's tendon benefits and there's just neuromuscular benefits. And so doing that with a high frequency, like 4 of my runs a week, I'm doing at least like 5 fast pickups, like almost full sprint pickups for
Yeah.
not very long. And then a lot more plyo and like skipping and drills to like build the same thing with the tendons, but not running, like
Yeah.
different things to kind of get that elasticity. Like I don't really have a lot of that springiness. I'm more like I muscle it a little bit more and I need to build that sort of get those tendons and things a little more efficient. Like they're super stretchy, but if you train yourself, you can get them a little bit more of that boost. So hopefully I can do that. And I've known that that's important for years. I've just been lazy and like I'll do it like once or twice a week and like I won't really think about my technique. And I'm doing like a lot of my pickups barefoot on turf.
I just did that yesterday, man. Were we thinking the same? The soccer field's over by the fishing pond. It's great place.
Yeah, it's perfect. And like, if you're on turf, it doesn't feel like it's that hard on your feet or anything. It's just like training your body to run more efficiently. And it gets you a little bit more up on your midfoot and like a little bit more forward with your positioning. And I think that's beneficial. I remember the year I won Oceanside, in that winter, I did like a ton of skipping, and I like focused on my posture and my like forward lean and stuff in my run a little bit more. And I actually thought about technique instead of just doing the running. And there I went and had my best run ever. I don't know if it's totally why, but it definitely helped.
We should bring back that trend of running on your toes. I feel like that trend is gone. Remember, everyone, oh, look at that, look at how high up they are on their toes right now. They're really setting it. And now it's all this midfoot, heels striking underneath your body, shuffling around. No one's all explosive on their toes anymore. You remember the Brownlees?
Jason West is up on his toes, and
yeah, he's like one of two. Like he's a ripper. Like Jeannie Seymour type on your toes, just like you're on a 5K. Not even care. Let's bring it back.
That's what I'm trying.
Let's be on our toes.
Yeah, I think I get on my toes sometimes, but I go up more than I go forward. But I would be interested to see how much, how much I actually move during a run, how much displacement I have, to see
vertical oscillation.
Yeah, like if we did that to like horizontal, like how much closer to the front would I be? Like,
2%. You have lots of springiness. Like you can tell that you have like that pop, but on the other side of that makes you more injury prone.
Yeah.
So there's two sides of the same coin. It's injury prone, but high efficiency. And then, so you can't train as much, but then there's not as efficient, but you can train all the time without getting injured, except for when you get a stress fracture once in your career.
That's pretty much me too.
Yeah.
Big old sloppy, no reactability or elasticity anywhere, just straight old slow.
How's your vertical leap training going?
Pretty good. I jumped a whole millimeter higher this one. I pushed one more of those flaps. You know when you jump and hit the flaps?
So one I've been doing for plyo is skipping, but doing just 50 in sets of only 50 and just jumping as high as I can with every single skip.
So 50 skips, but like you're moving forward too, but triangle.
Yeah, bounds.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just going up.
Oh, okay, just like a powerful jump lunge thing.
Yeah, with actually a skipping rope. I'm just skipping, but I'm jumping super fucking high. And I'm just trying to like get that.
Now I get it. Dude, I did that last week and I about ruptured something right in the gluteal.
I think. Have you ever just like you've like reacted really quickly or moved really weird, done something, got out of bed quickly, and they're like,
go blind.
What? I can't do that. You're gonna like tear something. I used to be able to jump out of bed and like sprint down the stairs to breakfast, and now I'm like,
I can't.
some like flossing of my nerves.
Are we there in 20 minutes?
Yeah, the next house we live in is going to be a ranch. I can't even get up the stairs at night anymore.
Getting down the stairs in the morning is hard.
Yeah, I always have to like figure out how diagonal I really can afford to be. How straight on or how diagonal. If I go pretty diagonal, I'm sore. Straight on, I'm just peachy.
Oh man, my house doesn't have any stairs, so I'm good.
It does. You just have people living on them.
Yeah, it's just a different unit, different house. My new house is gonna have stairs though, so I have to deal with that.
Oof, new. That new.
You know, a housewarming party for you? What's it like next winter or something?
Yeah,
virtual one.
Sick. Everybody comes up to Canada in the winter. We can go skiing or skating or some shit. Awesome.
We can just play hockey. Let's play like full contact hockey.
Let's play some hockey.
Hacky. I bet it'll be too cold to do any of that, so I'm just gonna say we just hang out, play card games, have some drinks.
We could do it all.
Guys, I think we should all retire the same year.
What?
Do you guys want to?
I don't want to be 50.
We'll see. We'll see. I feel like
I'm gonna
keep not achieving. Like I feel like I will be. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna retire in like 3 or 4 years because I'm gonna do some awesome shit and I'm gonna be happy with it and then I'm gonna retire. And then I'm like, nope, not good enough. Got to keep getting fucking better. And then I'm just delaying my retirement because I know it takes time. So I might retire at like 40. Who knows?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. I was 40-year-olds. I'm not there yet, but coming at me. We're gonna be. I just saw like the best looking guys in the '80s were all 40-year-olds. They're all ripped and jacked and movie stars. That's when they got successful.
I think men, it's like when they hit their 40s, maybe not for like athleticism, even though like I think the early 40s, like you can still be pretty quick, but like they're just like, I think you like thrive in your 40s as males.
You learn a lot in your last few years of your 30s where you're like, this world's fucked. And then I think you start to really just not care anymore about all that stuff and you just send it.
Yeah.
You give us
some
less
perspective.
cares. Yeah.
Cool.
And plus you're like, yeah, I just need to ride 30 hours a week and then I'll be like Cam Worth. And then you don't have anyone to, kids are gone. You don't have nothing but time in your 40s.
Well, speaking of 40s, we got to get Matt Hansen back on here and talk about being 40 and racing.
He's 40?
Yeah, he turned 40.
Wow. Jeez. I need to give him a hug. That's what he needs.
Yeah. Good old Matt. Is Matt at Eagle Man? No. This guy's going to race some Ironman somewhere probably.
He's probably going to Roth.
No, I know he's going to Cans?
Cans?
Yeah, I think so.
Kansas just had their Ironman just put out their little who's going to be there. It's a pretty strong field. Ben Hammer, your favorite guy, he'll be there, Jackson.
No, he's a good dude. He'll do well.
Oh, yeah, I know. So that's all I was saying. You love him.
That is a good field.
Yeah, Laura Phillip. Oh, that's Hamburg. Sorry. Kidding.
Hamburg. I forgot that's this weekend as well. Should be a good
Man,
race.
I just can't believe Eagleman is already about to... Eagleman, if you're at Jackson. Can't believe that's Eagleman. It's already here. The summer is just ticking race after race after race.
I know, it's
Time's
crazy,
flying
man.
by and going so slow at the same time.
Yeah, this has been the longest first quarter and 1.5 quarters ever.
This has honestly been like the longest spring of my life. I feel like I've aged about 7 years in the span of like 10 weeks.
But you had a great spring for races.
Yeah, you've been successful.
I'm really happy with I just feel like it's been consistent. And I've never been consistent, so hopefully we just keep
We
consistent.
look forward to the consistency, Lisa. We're thriving with you.
It's great. Maybe you took some of my... No, I've been consistent. I've just been consistently meh.
Yeah, you needed a little spark lit under you. That's all, and I feel like it's there. It's great.
Yeah, I think we're getting there. Speaking of
Guys.
spark, do you want to come train with me for a couple weeks this year, bud? Or a week? Yeah.
Yeah. I'll try to
When?
keep up.
Maybe whenever you can, like summer.
September-ish probably. If we're gonna be on the East Coast for something, I definitely can.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, if we can train together before summer race, then that'd be cool.
That would be good. Too bad no one ever wants to come out here anymore.
I
It's
was
gonna be
just
so
there
hot
for
in
like 12 days.
See if you come back. No race here anymore.
You guys should go race Boise. We all go race Boise, and then we come to Colorado, have a celebration the next weekend. Fun celebration.
That's
And
for
then
you.
Stay in Colorado. Yeah, for me. Stay in Colorado for a couple weeks and train.
Wait, is that your wedding?
Yeah, it's a week after
Weekend
Boise.
After Boise.
Ooh, okay, that's a great idea. Great
Primo.
idea.
We could do like team camp in between or after.
Ooh.
I still
We'd
got
all
to figure
have
this
to-
all out.
We'd all have to spend some actual money though and rent a place. I mean, Lisa wouldn't, but
Yeah. We'd stay with Leslie. Stay at Leslie's. Just show up.
She's a one bedroom.
Why not?
She might be able to stay with like a friend or whatever.
That's the most annoying thing about a lot of triathletes is like nobody has big shit like that you can just like, hey, come over to my house. I got 5 extra
Hey,
bedrooms.
I got a spare room for you, bud. It's not the biggest, but it'll do. And then in my new place, we're gonna have double spare room.
No, you've been always a gym, buddy. You've had it put together, but like I can't go visit Mark in his camper van
Freaking van.
/ Suburban.
Sleep in the back seat, I'll sleep in the front. That's true.
All right. We love Mark though.
Marcus.
Well, I sold my Porsche.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Yeah, like,
Jesus sold.
did you
Sweet.
stick with just a truck?
Yeah, for now.
Yeah.
Oh God, what's coming next?
I'm not telling you until it happens. So we'll
Is it
see
the
if it happens.
Cybertruck?
No. Even if I had a problem with any of that, I wouldn't buy it because of that. I wouldn't buy it because like it just is fucked.
I think it's also really ugly. Cybertrucks are really ugly.
And I think it's like, certain people drive certain cars. I think that's like, I'm still trying to figure out who drives a Cybertruck, but I can already tell I don't want to be that person who drives a Cybertruck. I just don't know who they are. I just don't want to be it.
Yeah.
Like the Rivian, I think those people are pretty okay. I like them. The Model X, no big deal.
Nowadays, the vehicle you buy determines how much you're valued in this society.
No, it's just like the type of personality, what you think is like someone who drives the new Hummer. That thing is another type of vibe altogether because that's like 120K. Like that is ridiculous.
So you're not going to tell us what you get?
I don't know yet. I mean, I do.
No.
I hope I know, but I don't know if it's going to happen. So we're going to wait.
My prediction is something that costs a stupid amount of fucking money.
No.
And
No,
he's like,
I'm not.
See if the financing comes through here, boys.
No, I'm committed to, like, I've had probably 5 or 6 brand new cars off the lot, and that not maybe 3, sorry. And I'll never do that again. I'm only buying over like 4 years old from here on out. That's my rule.
Pretty good.
All right.
That's a good
But
rule.
so it was not going to be something stupid. Plus, I got family to support here, so I can't be going irresponsibly.
Well, you know what? We should probably wrap this up. But Lisa, you got a race this weekend. Good luck. Tell Mark good luck. Tell him.
Well, watch on Max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
It'd be
long?
awesome. What time?
Hopefully
Okay,
it's
tell
like
people what time is the women's and men's races?
6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Saturday?
6:45 for the women. Yeah, Saturday.
Okay.
Follow along on your favorite streaming service.
Or Max. HBO.
No, HBO Max.
That's so sick. Triathlon is on HBO Max. That's the best thing they did.
Yeah.
Only thing that's the best thing they did.
Yeah. Now if we could get Iron Man to do that.
Nope. Outdoor TV. They give us free fishing supplies. We can't leave them.
They give us 60% off Shimano fishing reels.
What are we gonna do? Just leave all these reels behind? I need these things.
Man. Well, you guys, I'm excited to see you next week. And
Yeah.
Would you do a race week vlog? Would the 3 or 4 of you work together and give me something I can put on our channel that's not just me and my life?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Just have your phone horizontal when you're like, hey, here we are doing this. Oh,
A couple
how do you feel,
seconds
Lisa?
of,
Done.
okay, we're driving there. Oh, we got picked up on the...
We were good at that last year at Augusta 70.3
Yes.
before it got canceled. That was good.
True.
Yeah, we were good. We could do it again. We could bring those vibes back.
Okay, real fast. Go
Yeah.
fast. You
Still, one of my favorite all-time triathlon weekends was that weekend because
Yeah, that
of
was-
the Augusta.
I mean, other than, other than what happened and the tragedy, but then us making the best out of it, and it all worked out.
Oh yeah, it was a terrible time for some people out there. We're sorry. Lisa.
God.
I don't even remember what I was going to say.
You're
What
real
were we-
fast.
What were we talking about right before?
I don't know. Were you going to do real fast hot
Vlogs.
takes or something?
Oh, it was after. No, I honestly, it's gone. I'll think of it midnight. So let's just end.
All right.
All right, good luck, Lisa.
Lisa, great luck. Love watching you. Thanks. Give Mark all of our affections also.
You got it.
Peace.
I got ish to do, flying through the sky in my parachute, dancing on the couch like I'm Tommy Cruise on a one-man mission trying to see it through.